I need you to think about the person you trust most in this world. Now imagine finding out, after 6 months, that you never actually knew who they were. Not their personality, not their past. I mean who they actually are, their name, their family, their entire life. That was me, 6 hours ago. I was 26, not where I thought I'd be, but I wasn't complaining. I had a day job, and I picked up private driving gigs at night. Good money, quiet work, no complications. The night before this pickup, the agency told me 3 things. High profile, confidential, don't ask questions. I should have asked questions.
Madame Voss had been my shadow since I was 14. She didn't work for me. She worked for my father. There's a difference. In Valdoria, I am Princess Sofia Aurélie von Tresse-Moreau, daughter of King Edward III, symbol of a 400-year dynasty. Every word I speak is reviewed. Every appearance is scheduled. Every relationship approved. They gave me 6 months here to study, they said. What they meant was 6 months before the rest of your life begins without your permission. I just wanted 6 months to breathe. I didn't plan on anything else.
I'd done airport pickups before, never anything like this. This felt like a scene from a movie I wasn't supposed to be in.
Thank you for being on time.
Of course. Welcome to the city. The booking just said Sofia. No last name. I figured it was a privacy thing. Rich people do that. I didn't think about it again. Until I had to.
I noticed him immediately. Not the way you think. He wasn't performing, wasn't trying to make conversation to impress me, or because he was nervous. He just drove, quietly, like my presence didn't change the air in the room. That was unusual, more unusual than he knew. I enrolled under the name Sofia Moreau. Madame Voss arranged everything. No social media presence, no photographs, no exceptions. Nobody knew who I was here. For the first time in my life, that felt like power instead of loss. Do you always drive in silence?
Most clients prefer it.
I'm not most clients.
What do you want to talk about?
Anything real.
Anything real. 2 words, said by someone who looked like she hadn't been allowed to say them out loud before.
He didn't fill the silence with flattery. Didn't ask who I was or what I did or where I was from. He just said, okay, and started talking. About his day, about a song on the radio, about nothing important at all. And it was the best conversation I'd had in months. You can come in.
I'm working.
You're waiting. There's a difference.
Something changed that day. I couldn't name it, but it changed.
Madame Voss reports you are settling in well.
Yes, Father.
Good. You understand what this period represents. When you return, things will move quickly. The arrangement with House Castellan is progressing. You will need to be prepared.
I understand.
6 months, Sofia. Then you come home.
House Castellan, a neighbouring state. Old money, old name, old alliance. The man they had chosen for me was 34 years old. I had never met him. That didn't matter to anyone making the decision. 6 months, then home, then the rest of my life, and decided by everyone except me. I should have kept my distance. I knew that. Even then, I knew that.
By month 3, she was sitting up front. We were talking through every ride. I stopped thinking of it as a job somewhere around week 6. I just didn't say that out loud.
It's beautiful. All those lights, all those lives.
You say that like you're not one of them.
Sometimes I'm not sure I am.
She said things like that sometimes. Things that were a sentence too deep for the moment. I let them go. I shouldn't have let them go.
Castellan. Even here, I couldn't escape it. A case study, a coincidence, but it felt like a reminder. The world I came from was still out there, still waiting.
I sat there for 3 minutes before I texted back. I'm not proud of that. It just took me a second to figure out what I actually wanted to say versus what I should say. That's when I knew I was in trouble.
I had received messages from heads of state, from dignitaries, from people who crafted every word for maximum impact. And 3 words from a driver in a sedan made me sit down on my kitchen floor and just breathe. I was already in too deep. I just wasn't ready to admit it yet. We need to go.
What? Why,
Now, please.
Sophia, who was that?
Nobody. Some people are weird about cameras.
He was following you, and the guy in the suit. He stepped in like it was choreographed.
I didn't see a guy in a suit.
That was the first time she lied to my face. I knew it the second she said it, and I let it go, because I didn't want the answer as much as I wanted her. That's the honest version. I let it go because I was scared of what the truth would cost me.
Tell me something nobody else knows about you.
I used to want to be an architect, drew buildings all through high school, had a whole portfolio.
What happened to it?
Life, the gap between what you want and what you can actually afford to want.
I know that gap.
You, what did you want to be?
Mine. I just wanted to be mine.
You were seen, with the driver, outside the park on Meridian. Sophia, I am not your enemy, but I need you to understand what is at stake. If word reaches your father,
There is nothing to report. We were walking.
it is never just walking, not for you, not with who you are. 2 months, that is all. Then you go home and this chapter closes. Do not write something in it you cannot take back.
She was right. I knew she was right. That's the thing about truth. It doesn't need you to agree with it to be true. I put the phone down, picked it up again, put it down. I picked it up.
Hey,
Are you busy?
no,
I just wanted to hear a normal voice.
I can do normal. She called me 3 more times that week. We talked about nothing. TV shows she was discovering, food she'd never tried, things I took for granted, that she described like they were new planets. I was gone. I was completely gone. You good?
Fine, sorry, long day.
That was the first night I felt it, that she was somewhere else, even while she was sitting right in front of me. I started noticing things I'd been too comfortable to notice before. A black car, same model, same plates, parked outside her building 3 days in a row. A man in a gray jacket at our coffee shop, newspaper open, never orders, never leaves. A call in a language I didn't recognize, a package at her door with a dark wax seal. And once I started noticing, I couldn't stop.
Mr. Cole, you seem like a decent man, so I will say this once, as a courtesy. The young woman you drive, her time here is temporary. Her life is spoken for. Whatever you believe is happening between you, it has no future. There are people, far above both of us, who will make certain of that.
Who are you?
Someone whose job is to make sure she goes home without complications. Don't become a complication, Mr. Cole.
He knew my name, my full name. I never told anyone at that building my name. Whatever Sophia was hiding, it had people, it had reach, and it knew exactly who I was.
He was starting to see it. I could feel it. The way he looked at the black car when we walked past it. The way he went quiet after I stepped away to take that call. He was patient in a way that made me feel worse, because patient people deserve honesty, and I was running out of excuses not to give it to him.
I decided that night I was going to ask her, directly. No more letting things slide. Something was off, and I needed to know what it was. I never got to ask. She beat me to it.
Madame Voss tells me there is a situation.
There is no situation, Father.
You have 3 weeks remaining. The Castellan meeting is scheduled for the week of your return. I need you focused. I need you present.
I am present.
Sophia, whatever it is you think you are doing there, it ends. You are my daughter. You are Valdoria. Before you are anything else, you are Valdoria. Do you understand me?
Yes, Father. Before you are anything else, you are Valdoria. He'd said that to me my whole life, and for my whole life I believed it, or at least I acted like I did. But sitting there, in that apartment, in that city, in that life I'd borrowed for 6 months, I didn't feel like Valdoria. I felt like Sophia, just Sophia.
3 words in that text did something to my stomach. Talk, tomorrow, properly. In my experience, when someone says they want to talk properly, they're not about to tell you something good. I didn't sleep that night.
If I tell you something, I need you to let me finish before you say anything. My full name is Sofia Aurélie Ventressa Moreau. I am the only daughter of King Edward III of Valdoria. Valdoria is a monarchy, small, old. My family has ruled it for 4 centuries. I came here under a different name, arranged by my father's staff. I have a security detail. The men you've noticed are mine. The car outside your building, the man at the coffee shop, all mine. I was sent here for 6 months, to complete a final year of study, and to be away from the palace before I returned to fulfill an arrangement my father made when I was 17. A political marriage. Someone I've never met. I enrolled under a false name. I didn't tell you who I was, I should have. I know exactly what that cost you, and I'm sorry. But I need you to know, everything that happened between us, every conversation, every moment, I was more myself in those moments than I have been in years. That's all I have. I'm sorry it took me this long to say it.
6 months.
Ethan.
6 months, Sophia. I sat across from you. I told you things I've never told anyone. And the whole time you were, what? Studying me, seeing how the other half lives?
That is not what this was.
A man cornered me in a parking garage last week. He knew my full name. He told me not to become a complication. I drove home wondering if I was losing my mind. And you knew. You knew exactly who he was. And you let me sit in that. I would have kept every secret you ever gave me. All you had to do was give me one.
Ethan, please.
I need air.
Every instinct I had said go after him. And I didn't. Because for once in my life, I wasn't going to manage the situation. I wasn't going to control the story. He was right about all of it. They approached him and I never knew, just because they don't tell me things. They handle things. That's what it means to be Valdoria. Everyone around you gets handled. I leave in 3 weeks. Back to the crown. Back to a life that has my name on it, but has never been mine. And the only person who ever made me feel like Sofia instead of Valdoria had just walked out my door. I didn't chase him, but I didn't lock the door either.
So now you're caught up. That's where I've been for the last hour. Sitting in this car. In this rain. Playing all 6 months back on a loop. Everything in me says drive. She lied for 6 months. Her world has men who corner people in parking garages. She leaves in 3 weeks to marry someone she's never met. There is no version of this that ends simple. And everything in me says go back up, because the person in that apartment, the one who sat up front, who called just to hear a normal voice, who said anything real like it was a prayer, that person wasn't a lie. I'd bet my life on it. Some decisions don't arrive with answers. They arrive with an engine running in the rain and a light still on upstairs. What would you do? Tell me in the comments. Honestly, I want to know. If this story hit you, you're already in the right place. Ethan Perspective. Subscribe, because the story isn't over.